made it to Atlanta. I feel nauseous, and now I have a 15-and-a-half-hour flight to Johannesburg. Wish me luck.
So the only time I've ever heard of or had a Bermuda was at the CCW.
Getting the wine or something. Oh, it's in the video.
So this is olive.
What? Hi. So it's Tuesday. I've been here for 2 days, worked one shift, and I'm feeling okay as far as jet lag goes. My migraine is like 98% gone, but it's still like lingering over here, and I'm so over it. I want to feel like a normal person again, but it's good enough right now, and we're about to leave. I'm not going to chat for very long, just literally saying hi, checking in, because we're about to leave to go on a little outing to this cultural village thing. It's like a tourist thing, I think, but where they have like 5 different little villages that represent the different cultures, some of the different cultures. I mean, there's tons of like tribal cultures in South Africa, but yeah, it's like there's a few of them. Like Zulu is the prominent one that I know, just because that's one of their more prominent languages. They also have like 11 national languages or something like that, if I remember correctly. Quite a few, but Zulu and Afrikaans are the two that are most often like taught in school, alongside English, of course. Like basically everybody speaks English. But yeah, that should be fun. Should be a good little time. It's gonna be a little chilly today for me. It's in like the 60s, the high 60s, and yeah, I'm gonna be cold. I'm bringing a sweater for sure. I will check back in later.
Welcome to the Xhosa main village. Even today you go to Xhosa, Eastern Cape, people are still building the houses. Please give the family a round. There's next from the tree.
It's so weird because it actually looks like a caterpillar.
Yeah.
You know? Ready? Okay. Here it goes. Here it goes.
Thoughts?
Salty
Salty?
and dry.
Sikhulekile khaya. He is now passing the message inside to the chief, telling him that we've got some visitors. We wait here patiently for the chief to come and welcome us. Hello! Can you all respond back by saying, Yebo?
Yebo!
He's here to welcome us. The chief is saying, let's come inside. Friends, please come with me inside.
oh hey, I look like ass and I have a giant fucking pimple. It's fine. It's like 3 in the morning and I'm just trying to stay awake. I mean, I'm not tired because, I mean, I'm tired, but I'm not like, oh God, I'm exhausted. It's past my bedtime tired. Because this whole schedule is just super weird. I work until 1 in the morning, get off of work, and like, you don't want to just go right to bed because then when I go home, my body will be set to like go to sleep right when I get off of work. You know what I'm saying? So it's the whole thing. So I stay up until like 5, 6 in the morning. Even that is like technically going to bed pretty early for what I would go to bed, like what time I would go to bed back home. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's weird, but I'm having a good time. I mean, I've just been working mostly. This weekend we'll get to do a few more, you know, touristy, adventure-y things, and then throughout next week as well. So far we've done one actual, you know, outing thing, and then work, which is why we're here. But yeah, I'm excited to get to do a few more things. Right now I'm probably gonna go, oh my God, I'm gonna go read for a little while before going to bed. Watching a little bit of Jade's live stream, so I'll probably watch a few more minutes of that and then do some reading since I brought all the fucking books with me. Why? I don't know. I mean, I did finish one already, so trying to finish at least 2 more before I leave. Fingers crossed. Talk to you guys later, hopefully when I look better than this.
Whereby we had discovered our gold mines. So the people whom we can say that they have settled there for quite a while are people who are infected. So the Land Act, it was through the steroids, it clearly stated that no one who is black will be allowed to own land. There was now segregation education. So certain people will then be receiving certain kind of education.
We are about to be at the Cradle of Humankind. Well, we're in the Cradle of Humankind right now, but we're about to be at like the site to go to the Sterkfontein caves. Very excited.
You know that brand? I can't believe it's not butter.
Yeah.
There's the fries.
So I guess the inside. You all right? We just got done in the caves. It was a workout. We had to crawl around and stuff. It's like the excavation.
In another language, it's a swear word. Yeah, but in my language, it will be a compliment. You see? So
yeah. It's dripping on my bag. Whee! Oh,
That's 4.6 billion year history squeezed into 12 hours.
That does sound fucking good. Damn.
we're having dinner in the square. I'm doing it reverse because at least I get the lighting. This is the square.
The square. Oh, you're doing the front facing.
Yeah, because then you get better lighting.
Welcome to the square. This is where the magic happens.
Yeah, this is like bigger than my head almost. Look at it. Like it's the same size. Cherry mint spritzer. Is there a car coming? Can't see shit.
Laying in bed, right?
What?
Said the statue. Oh, watch out.
Oh my god.
Said the statue. You're laying in bed. And you're just like.
Is that what it is? Okay. Oh my god. Hello, hello. It is Sunday. I slept quite a bit. It was one of those things where I was really tired last night at like 9 o'clock when I was at dinner. I was like, I'm so tired. But my normal schedule is that I work until 1 a.m. and try to stay up until like 5 a.m. at least to then sleep until like 1 p.m., right? So on the weekend, I'm like, well, I don't want to go to bed super early and wake up at 8 a.m. I'm going to be super thrown off for the rest of the week. So I stayed up until midnight and I was so exhausted though. And I was like, I have to go to sleep. And then my body was like, LOL, bitch. And I could not sleep. I could not sleep until like 4:30 in the morning. So I was just laying there awake, trying to get myself to relax, just like closing my eyes and like trying to count sheep, count down from 100. I listened to some ASMR. I did a Buddhify like meditation, trying to go to sleep one. That 70s show, which I normally put on Netflix and fall asleep to. Nothing worked until finally at 4:30 I just fell asleep. I don't know. I was very annoyed, but I mean it kind of worked out because now I won't be super off my schedule. And like maybe that's why. Maybe my body was just like, why are we trying to go to sleep right now? But I'm telling you, I was so tired. Anyway, now I'm gonna go get some food, and I might be hanging out with Kelly today. I don't know though. There's some transportation woes on both ends just of like getting to each other. So I really hope that we're able to figure something out because I'm all the way here in Johannesburg and like when the fuck else am I gonna be here, you know? But we will see what happens there. But I'm gonna get some food and then maybe film another video. I'm gonna redo the tag I filmed the other day because it was trash. So I have another one I'm gonna do and then maybe a writing update or something. So we'll see. I will check back in later. So I was gonna wait until later in the week to go to this bookstore that's nearby because I was waiting for my paycheck to come through. But I got paid earlier than I thought I did. So I am gonna walk to this bookstore today. It's just outside of like where our hotel is. And I'm gonna see if my buddy, my coworker, wants to go with me. So stay tuned. We're adventuring. Where are you trying to?
Oh,
are you trying to hide?
Go, adventure.
Walking to the bookstore. Yee.
What up? It's your boy Wes.
You're not in it.
It's your boy Wes. We're here to talk about some books. So you already know what it is.
Oh my God, stop. Is that gonna be your intro to your booktube channel?
Before we get started, make sure to like that smash button. Situation. This is my wife. She's pregnant. That's the stomach. So the pregnancy picture would look like this.
I hate you. Successful trip to the bookstore. I got 2 books by South African authors. I got The Labyrinth of Spirits by Carlos Ruiz Zafón because it's hella expensive buying it from Book Depository right now. It's fucking huge too. And then I got I think a UK paperback of Nutshell, and I'm super excited about it. It's really cute. It's kind of dirty, but like whatever. Now I have to try to cross this street with no crosswalk sign. Okay, back at the hotel before I quickly get my stuff together to go to work. I got The Labyrinth of Spirits. This thing is fucking huge. My God. It's the 4th book in the Cemetery of Forgotten Books series, which I know is not everybody's favorite, but I love it. And this one, I want to get all of the editions, like this edition, but it's still only available on Book Depository, and it's still pretty pricey. So I grabbed this for like a couple dollars. And then this by a South African author. Not entirely sure what it's about. It seems like historical fiction. Sounded cool, and obviously this cover struck my fancy. Here's the other one by a South African author. And this one also seems like a historical fiction. Pictures in there. Why does my hand look crazy? It's about a ship that ran aground on the coast of Southeast Africa. The fate of the Grosvenor castaways. I was looking for some like fantasy by a South African author, but at this store anyways, they didn't have any. And then this is the one that's kind of dirty, but it's Nutshell by Ian McEwan, and it's a paperback. I have the hardcover, and I really like this it's like real dirty. But still, it's a pretty cool edition. Ooh, what's this? Ooh, yeah, I want to get all of these. Ooh, sign me up. Oh my God, I'm gonna do it. Sorry, I just got way too excited about this. Yeah, super, super cool. I love it. So those are the 4 books. And luckily, I had hella room in my suitcase, so I can fit them. I legit almost died getting to the bookstore because, like I said, there was a intersection where the traffic lights were not working, and therefore the crosswalk lights were not working. And this was the case yesterday too, but yesterday we went, it was like Sunday, it was very chill, there weren't that many cars. But today, it's, Monday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, there's hella cars. And the first time when I ran across to go to the store, legit, came pretty close to a car hitting me. And then on the way back, I was about to go, but then I was like, ooh, I don't know. But then a local guy, he started going. I was like, I'm just gonna follow him. So I just like trailed along right like beside or like kind of behind him, and tagged along on his trek across the street, cause I ain't trying to die today, you know. It's just gonna be vlog, like.
Oh, okay. There was a point in time where like me and my group of friends like.
Okay, this is where the prisoners will shower. 8 showers, which was not enough for over 2,000 people.
We use those toilets, washing facilities, which
Okay, now we're doing the courts, which is the one behind you. This is our highest court in South Africa. We have seen 2001 compared to 2004. Okay, where we are standing now. Things here are the words Constitutional Court translated to all the South African languages. Surely all of you here can read English. Stand. Yeah. 1909 and opened in the year 1910. So it took them 1 month. They will end up being here for about 1 meal a day if they were lucky. Okay. So this was the door for them.
They stopped the car as I was passing, gonna twist them vulnerants, and they stopped me. They said, yeah, Mahosha. I was surprised, they said Mahosha. They said, yeah, Mahosha.
A park station. How we gonna get down there on our left? We have a black board say Johannesburg Park Station. That's where people they catch trains. The trains are leaving from this point to that side to collect might experience some kind of the place like that. So now we turn right. We are going to see the Gandhi Square. And then the north side, we have the Constitutional Building site. This is another touristic site where we come from. And then we have the Mandela Bridge there, Lucas Lake. And then we see the stadium there. Can you see the stadium? If you look at what's the answer?
Good?
Yeah. It is our last day of work. Today's Friday. I'm running to get myself an energy drink and something to eat real quick. But yeah, we have a couple of things scheduled tomorrow and Saturday before our flight. But yeah, it's nice and warm out today too. It's been so cold lately. So this is nice, except now I'm just gonna go to work. But whatever. That's fine. I got some good sleep, so I'm very happy about that because I have a feeling tomorrow I'm not gonna get so much sleep.
Oh, okay. Anyone? New bathrooms.
All the bees in South Africa. They also have different colors. We have what you call a black one. Alright, so cheetah is the land fastest mama. These guys they run a speed of 120 kilometers in an hour. So cheetahs in captivity they live up to 20 years. Then in natural habitat they only live up to 90. So they make sure that every natural habitat you must know that they live in. They will see it once. So lion park make sure that unfortunately they don't bark. So if you're gonna come across it on the road, they don't bark if they bite. So here we have the family of your brown lion. So we have 3 lioness, 1 male, 3 cubs. Right, so if you see these cubs, you must know that these cubs were the survival of the fittest, which means they were born bigger, the mother decided to keep them. So a lion is a nocturnal animal and is a very social cat compared to the other cats. and also the food that they produce. So in natural habitat, your lions, they live up to, they still more lions, you see? You guys gonna still see more 3 lion caps.
License lock. Whoa.
So here we have 2 males and we have 4 cubs. So the male will only do 10%, then the female will only do 90%. But the male has to eat first and allow him. But whatever they're gonna do there on the beast bodies, please don't try it. Even myself, I don't. If you try it once, then you will go. Alright, thank you very much for joining us on our tour. Now we're gonna start to head back. So those Where is it?
Okay. You ate him last night. Look at, he looked up.
I know.
He's like, what? Oh my god. Can you just like walk up and pet him? Oh my god. I'm gonna die. Oh, look at this guy. Oh my god. Oh. Hey, little guy. Oh my god. Hi, giraffe. Just kicking it with a giraffe. He's just hanging out in the corner. What are you doing, guy? Hello, sir. Hey. Like, I'm busy eating, ma'am. Spotted. So fuzzy. Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't run away. Just keep on feeding her. Look at the camera at the same time.
Oh, there is this slime.
Try to cut it before it lands on you.
Nice one.
Go here.
Yes, nice one.
It is our last day. Say hi, Wes. Getting some food and then going to the airport. Oh my God, what is happening at this lovely place? We got a spin class going on over here. I thought it was. Why is it so long?
It doesn't seem as long.
So hi, I am back from my trip. I'm at work on my lunch break right now. And I have my vlog basically ready to go. It's very long. But I kind of wanted to just talk about a couple of different things that I showed in the vlog. So, because I feel like there's probably gonna be questions or assumptions. So we did a lot of outings that were super cool. Like, it was really, really neat. The Lesedi cultural village, that was great. Because like in South Africa, there's tons of different cultures. There's tons of different tribes. They have 11 official languages in the country. So it was cool to get to go there to see like a little sneak peek of how, what those cultures are like and some of their traditional dances and how they live and everything. And then we did the tour of Johannesburg, where we just kind of drove around with the driver, and we went to the Constitutional Hill, where it was the jail, where they held a lot of political prisoners, and it was back during apartheid when they had the like the pass laws. If you were black or colored, as they use that term in South Africa, meaning biracial. And they still use that term to this day, like as like the official term for biracial people. But anyway, you would have to have a pass to enter the city, and you had to be out at a certain time. There's like a curfew, and if you were caught without a pass, you got arrested. And like at that jail, obviously Nelson Mandela was at Robben Island, off of like Cape Town, for many years before he was released and everything. But he did spend time at that prison as well, as did Mahatma Gandhi. And that was just really sobering, I guess, being there where they stayed and seeing the conditions, and they talked about how awful the conditions were. And obviously it was during apartheid, and there was a lot of discrimination and prejudice and different treatment based on the color of your skin, even within the jail. And then we did the tour of Soweto, and Soweto is it's pretty famous. They had like student uprisings, and we learned about that, and it was the craziest thing ever. And that was really interesting, and getting to kind of drive around Soweto. And then there was a part where, because in Soweto they have different classes. You can have like kind of the upper middle class, the lower middle class, and then just like the lower class, like people who are living in poverty. And basically they weren't able to have houses, so they set up informal settlements, and that's where we went. And the tour took us to an informal settlement where people have their houses that are built out of like sheet metal and things. They don't have running water. A lot of times they don't have electricity. If they do, it's illegal that they rig up themselves. And the guy giving us the tour of this settlement, he lived there, and like he was from there, and this was his business, was giving these walking tours up to the daycare and everything. And as a clearly more privileged, American white girl, it just felt kind of weird. Like, I'm glad that I went because, I don't know, learning about how people live in different situations and in different cultures and in different environments, it's interesting and I think beneficial to anyone. I love reading. That's why I love reading. I love being able to kind of step into someone else's shoes and see how they live. So it was, I think, a beneficial thing, and it was done very respectfully, obviously, because the person giving the tour, like, literally this was his community, and he was telling us, like, feel comfortable here, like, we're welcoming you into our community, we want you to see what it's like, don't feel like you're walking around in a zoo, like, interact with people, with children you see, with adults, like, it's fine, and talking about how tight-knit the community is. They don't have running water, but they have, like, one water pump that everybody uses. And he was talking about how, like, if there's a house fire, if someone's house catches on fire, they don't have running water or, like, a fire department. So they will make a chain of people to the water pump with buckets to put out the fire. And just things like that. That's, like, really neat to see their sense of community. And he's like, we all know each other. If there's problems, if there's, like, a domestic violence situation, like, they handle it, like, as a community. And it was really neat. And I took a quick video of one part when we were walking up to the daycare, and then a quick video when he, like, walked into the daycare because he was, like, dancing and like, singing, and the kids were singing. It was really cute. When we went into the daycare, there were some people that were, like, recording videos of the kids singing this song, and they were, like, super the cutest because they were all really young. They were basically they looked like they were probably 4 years old at the most. So just the cutest little kids, singing their little happy song, and it was adorable. But my coworker and I both, like, he took a picture of one of them who walked up to me and just, like, put his hand up for a high five because that was adorable, and, like, you're interacting with someone from a different culture. But like I said, there were people just filming the kids singing, and we both just were like, it feels weird. Like, they're just kids in a daycare. Like I said, it was interesting and I think beneficial, and it was done very respectfully, but it still just made us feel kind of like exploitive, you know what I mean? Or like someone said, it's good to, basically saying like it's good to do things like that to put some perspective and see how fortunate we are. And I'm like, I don't need to go see people living in poverty to know that I'm fortunate. That feels really, I don't even know how to describe it. Can someone help me? Do you know what I'm saying? Like it feels like you're using them to give yourself some perspective, And it seemed like most of the other people on the tour had that mentality of like, oh wow, it's just so eye-opening, and it's good to see how fortunate we are. I'm like, that shouldn't be why you're doing this. I don't know. It just felt weird. And like all these things got booked for us, and I'm so glad we got to do everything we got to do because it was really cool. And like I said, getting to really see like how people in this community live, and it was really cool seeing how close-knit the community is and everything. And the guy lived there, so you're supporting the community, blah, blah, blah. Just how some of the people on the tour seemed to be perceiving it just made me feel weird. And I was like, you guys are weird. Why? No. And then the lion and safari park thing. So I imagine there's probably questions about that from some people. I don't know if anyone would voice it, but again, this was booked for us. I did some research, though, after the fact, because there are signs up in different places in Johannesburg talking about these like wildlife encounters and talking about how they're bad. And there's articles online talking about how these different places where you can go pet lion cubs, that they're saying that the mothers abandoned them, but really they've ripped them away from the mothers. And then they give them, they put them in these where they're constantly all day being pet by humans and interacting with humans. And then once they're too big to do that, they apparently, and this is all alleged, I have not seen, I looked at multiple articles, not a single one had hard evidence of this. It was all just the hearsay and speculation, okay? I didn't see any documents. I'm not saying they're not there. I'm just saying I read probably 5 different articles and not a single one had any evidence. But they claim that then what they do is they take the cubs when they're too big and they sell them to the canned hunting experiences where you're hunting lions and they come from these places, okay? So I did some research on the place that we went to. The place that we went to actually does do study and like wildlife conservation studies and research. They have, someone had cited like 5 or 6 different ones that they had going on. And the organization that was citing this was an organization who is against canned like hunting and against these petting things, right? This organization is like super against it. They had a meeting with the people who are now in charge at this place because it used to be other people, and they do conservation, and it's like an open thing, and they have like the predators in separate areas from like the giraffes and the zebras, and it's not free roam. They're, you know, caged up or whatever. They're in captivity, but they have like a lot of room. You have to drive around it and stuff, but it's not like free range. And that they tried to not do the lion cub petting experience, but they basically were seeing that all the tour companies were then diverting people to the other places that are known for being like really bad and known for selling the lions to the hunting things. So in order to keep open and continue doing their conservation, they started doing the pettings again, but they only do it twice a day. I think the maximum, I can't remember now. I want to say it was 2 hours. Like any cub that's doing this only does it for a maximum of 2 hours per day, I think, if I remember correctly. And you get like 2 minutes, like each person gets 2 minutes to like pet the lion and then you move on. And that they claim to not sell them, they just make them, they put them back. And we saw 3 lions that they said were in the like petting experience, the cubs that now they were older, and we saw them out in like the, you know, preserve area, and they'll start their own pride is what they say happens. So they have like growing prides that keep growing. Now, I don't know if all that is totally true. I'm not sure. I hope it is. I hope that it is all true. But yeah, I'm not sure. And supposedly the people that run this park support the government putting a stop to any cub petting experiences. They just do it now to try to stay open so they can continue doing their conservation efforts. But they're like, yeah, we'd love it if the government would shut it down because then nobody could do it and we would still be able to run our business and do what we do. So I don't know. That's that. Again, I don't know how much of it is true or not, but it's something to think about, like when you go to do these things. And like I said, on this trip, all these things were booked for us, and I'm super appreciative for everything. And it was a really great experience. Like we got to see so many cool things and experience so much. And South Africa is fucking awesome. Like it was a great trip, even though we were working. And honestly, I was thinking about that too, that I say like, oh, even though we're working, and I've had people say like, oh, kind of a bummer that you have to work while you're there, but like at least you get to do some fun things. And like, yeah, of course, work is work, and our sleep schedule was a whole hot ass mess. But I feel like working like while you're there, like I feel like we learn so much more about the actual culture and about how people live because we're working with the locals, you know what I mean? Like we're working with these people, we're talking to them. We get to ask them questions about things and they tell us different things. And I learned so much more than I would have if I just was there visiting and doing all these excursions, you know what I mean? So it's pretty cool that we get to have that experience, or that we got to have that experience when we went there. So yeah, a great trip. And I hope you enjoyed this vlog, even though it's hella long and I never do vlogs this long, but hopefully you enjoyed. And thank you so much for watching if you're still watching now. Bye-bye.